I'm Alan Woods.
And I'm Beverly Woods.
And we're the owners of Woods Beekeeping. And today we're going to answer a few questions that were asked by those of you who are following us on social media.
It's really important that you plant plants that attract native pollinators as well as bees, because they all need that. And so when you plant a flower that the native pollinators and bees like, you just encourage them to come to that area. You're helping them live together. This is really true to our heart, and that's why we started carrying other things besides bee items. We started carrying botanical interest seeds, and I just love the packaging of the seeds, but also the germination. They grow great for our area.
Some people often think that you need a large area in order to have a beehive, when in fact you only need like a 6x6 area with plenty of room for the bees to leave, exit, and come in. So you don't need that much area for a hive. However, before getting a hive, I would also check your local ordinances to make sure that you can have one in your area.
Each year we have done a hive painting contest to encourage people to paint their hives, and we've had great entries in the past. And yes, we are going to do one this year. So if you have never entered that hive in the hive painting contest, you can do that. We'll be sending out a newsletter, and you can enter a hive. If you bought a nuke, bees, or a hive from us, then you can enter. Anytime you're dealing with bees, it's sticky. You take the frames or the box off of your hive. We bring it into a honey house, which is a clean area without bees getting in. You can uncap the cappings off the frame, and we use the Maxent 20 frame centrifuge extractor. That was our main purchase, one of our first year's beekeeping. We still have it. It takes us about 10 minutes to get the honey out.
It may take us 10 minutes,
but
I guarantee you it's probably going to take you a lot longer, because you have to get pretty good at it, though.
Yeah. It takes him about 10 minutes to get the honey out of the frame and into a bucket. We use a micron filter just to get any bee parts out of the honey, make sure there's no antennas, eyes, that type of thing. He has the bucket right here. Actually, it's just a really micron, and we don't use heat or anything, so it's raw honey.
And once it's filtered through this filter, the honey is ready to be consumed at that point. There's nothing else that you need to do.
We've had a lot of people ask us about our extractor, and so this is our first year that we will be carrying Maxent extractors. They are made in the US. They are a heavy duty extractor. We have 9 frame extractors power. We only have one 20 frame electric extractor.
And we've had ours since 2014, has never had a single issue with it. And I will tell you, the service and the support that you get from Maxent is great.
We get asked we get asked all the time, what is creamed honey? So creamed honey is finely crystallized honey, and it's almost like smooth, so it's spreadable, and it's no drip, so it's not as messy. We have our original creamed honey, but we have added things to make it even more delicious. We add freeze-dried fruit powders or spices, not artificial flavoring. So I'm going to tell you the names of some of ours. So we have blackberry, blueberry, cranberry, elderberry, strawberry, raspberry. Those are all the berries.
Sure.
We have some spicy jalapeno, raspberry jalapeno, peach mango jalapeno. That might kind of sound weird, but it's a sweet heat, and so it's great for cooking with. Some of our favorites is cinnamon. The cinnamon's made with Ceylon cinnamon, so it's like a those red hot cinnamon bears, yum. I put that in my coffee, it's really good. And cinnamon pecan, because Alan's from Texas, and so we gotta get those Texas pecans watermelons in there, but that is great on any kind of fruit or squash. And then this year we added chocolate creamed honey, apple cinnamon creamed honey, pumpkin spice creamed honey, and then the elderberry creamed honey. I love creamed honey. We always get asked about education, and I really encourage people to look into their own communities first. Find a local bee association. So a lot of times in Washington, you're going to find the county. So for us, it's the Lewis County Beekeepers Association. Sometimes it might even be a city, the Olympia Beekeepers Association. So look for your county or your city for an association. You're going to find mentors there that actually they want to come and help you learn about your own bees. They'll help you look in your hives. They enjoy spending that time teaching someone else about bees because someone else taught them about bees.
One of the biggest advantages of going to your local association is they are keeping bees in that same area. So when you become a beekeeper, you're going to realize that different areas are going to have to do different things in order to maintain the health of their bees. So your local bee association should be able to tell you what you're doing in your general area.
Why don't you tell them about your class?
Okay, so since you asked, we also offer a class. I'm a master beekeeper, so we do Washington State certification so that you can go all the way to master beekeeper if that's what you decide to do. Currently we're doing a beginner's beekeepers course and also an apprentice beekeepers course. However, I don't teach you how to be a beekeeper. I teach you about the bees so that when you understand the bees, you're going to automatically become a better beekeeper. Yeah, there are different types of hives in Washington State that you can use. The typical hive are the length-strip hives. Those are the ones that you normally see, the boxes stacked on top of one another. But there's also a long length-strip hive which uses the same frames. These hives are better for older people or people who have problems lifting because it doesn't require any lifting. They are also like the Kenyan top bar hive. They're long, but they have no frames. And those are the three hives that we would probably recommend in this area, although there are some Warray hives which we wouldn't recommend a new beekeeper use because they're kind of difficult to manage. Well, the reason bees swarm are for two reasons. One is for overpopulation in a hive, and then two is for reproduction. You can always deal with overpopulated swarms in a hive. You can prevent them and you can take preventive actions. However, when the bees get the notion that they need to reproduce, you're not going to stop them. So you have to take drastic actions prior to that to prevent them from getting to that area. We're often asked, how many supers should we put on a hive or should we prepare for? Well, the truth is, it's going to depend on how well your bees are managing and how fast they're developing the hive. You don't want to push the bees too fast because you could cause them to swarm. But however, if you have a super available and it's 75% full, it's okay to place another super on top. So you'll have plenty of time by watching how fast your bees build to determine if you need to get another super. But I would start off with one super. You know, while this is a strange winter for beekeeping, we've never seen one like this before. Normally our bees are clustering around November, but they were flying in December and shortly after that. And bees were bringing in pollen and things of that nature. However, though, in the winter you should never give your bees pollen patties. And the reason why is because if you give them pollen patties and it gets too cold in the winter and they can't get out and use the bathroom, it can cause problems inside the hive with their guts and things of that nature. If you want to feed the bees anything, feed them carbohydrates, sugar cakes, winter pollen patties, which only have 4% pollen, which are good, fondant, anything that are carbohydrates. That's the only thing that I would feed the bees in the winter months. Well, we'd like to thank you for the questions and allowing us the opportunity to be a part of your beekeeping community.
And feel free to contact us with any questions that you have, either by phone, by email, or even just stopping in. Our hours are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 to 5 for the winter, and we'll be opening up more hours for the spring and summer.
And also this year we're thinking about, actually we're not thinking about it, we're gonna do it. We know the COVID virus requires separation, so we're gonna split our hives apart and we're gonna start doing those workshops again so that you guys can get in and actually have hands-on knowledge of how to maintain and take care of your hive. So be kind to one another.
And have a great day.
I'm Alan Woods.
And I'm Beverly Woods.
Oh, Mom.
I'm Alan Woods.
And I'm
Okay,
Beverly.
stop. Guys.
Each year we do a hive painting.
Start over.
So, what's the question here?
Take two. Wait, take two.
Okay.
Take three. Take three. Take three.
Want me to
Take
start and
three.
you can ju-
Take four.
Go ahead. Mess that up. So, be kind to each other.
And have a great evening. I need a bee
Wait,
pun.
say
I need a bee pun. Be happy. Be humble. I don't know.
Bee.
Soap. No.
good.
Be